What's up, everybody? Welcome to another DDLive number 72. Love you guys. How is everybody doing? First off, let me know if you can hear me. I think you can. I think you can. Did you guys like that? This wasn't something that I planned, but I tend to choose a different music track, with every DDLive. And like I said, it's nothing that I ever planned. It's just I love music so much, and I have an opening theme music, I guess, for DDLive, but I haven't played that thing. I play it like once in a freaking blue moon now, because I have so much music that I find, and sometimes you guys send to me and friends let me know of, and I just want you guys to know about it. So I put it at the beginning. So that music that you just heard was obviously from Halloween 3, Chariot of Pumpkins, but it's a cover of it by Keith McCoy. Again, Drumdums Jams, okay? All my music that I put on here, if you go to my Spotify, type in Drumdums Jams, it's all there. I do the work for you, so you don't have to go searching for this stuff. What did Lee just play at the beginning of his DDLive? Let me go to his Drumdums Jams. Maybe he put it in there. And sure, let me double check though. I think I put it in there for you guys. I did put it on my Halloween DDG Trilogy Best Of playlist that I created. Make sure you follow that one too. I put that because what it is it's the best tracks from all three scores for the David Gordon Green trilogy. And then I added some extras like the Christine Attacks music from the movie Christine, and this Chariot of Pumpkins is on there. But let me check my other one and make sure I put it on there for you guys. My Drumdums Jams, not to be confused with Boner Jams. But if I go all the way down, yep, it's on there. Very last track. It's right below Holy Diver. I was in a Dio mood this week. I was first. Let me say hello to everybody. David Catone, Troy, what's up, brother? Robbie Kozai, or is it Kozel? Chester, Trina, Adrian, Destiny, Rosalia, Chris Snyder, Ashton, Brandon. What's up, Brandon? How you guys doing? Adrian, Deadhead. Time for an ice cold one. What are you guys drinking? Erica, how are you doing? Richie Rich, Taffer, Nuclear Fusion, and Carly. How are you doing, Carly? And Sam I Am. He's the one that was asking what that music was. How are you doing? Nicholas Vincent, nice to see you in here. Kyle, what's up, guys? Guys, first off, we do have 3 birthdays. I pay attention to you guys. We got 3 birthdays, okay? So get ready for your happy birthdays. First off, December 31st was Destiny's birthday. And then Polly, her birthday, I think, is today or tomorrow, she said. And then Chester says his birthday's coming up in mere days. So that's 3 birthdays for you right there, guys. So everybody say happy birthday, okay? Gory Tiger with your crushed grape soda. Man, I love grape soda. I love grape soda. Love grape soda. Thomas Jones, his birthday was December 13th. Happy birthday to you. Oh, yeah. Love you guys. To all the Capricorns, there you go. What am I? I'm a Cancer. Yeah. How's your week been going? We're in January right now. Can you believe that? We are literally in January right now, and I can't believe it. It's insane. 2023 is here. I've already seen my first movie of 2023, Megan. It's okay. It's fun. It's not bad. It's probably not gonna be in the top 10 of 2023 horror for me. But Yeah, you know what, guys? Let me rip the band-aid off and open with this, okay? Because, oh god, the troll comments, I swear. And the guy's not in there now, but when I set up, I usually try to set up these streams like, usually a few hours, quite a few hours, maybe 6 hours or something like that before I go. So that way it gives everybody a chance. And sure enough, I saw some guy in there, and he dropped like four different comments stating that I was mad that Halloween Ends and Kills didn't make as much as Scream 5, and saying, why are you comparing these two movies? Like, what's wrong with that? And why don't you just wait until the movies come out and review them? You don't need to be doing this. And I'm just like, first off, fuck you. Second off, it's my channel. I'll talk about whatever the hell I want to, and that's my right. That's fine. But that's the mean stuff out of the way, okay? And I mean that with all of my freaking bloody heart, okay? Yeah. But third thing, seriously though, I don't want to ever come across as if I think my opinion, because that's what it is, guys, at the end of the day. It's an opinion. And I don't want to ever come across as if my opinion is more valuable than any of yours. We're all different. And guys, this is stuff that you've heard a million times from other people before, but I just don't want anybody to ever think that if I post a lot on like Twitter, or even if I make a video where I seem passionate, and by the way, what's wrong with passion, right? At the end of the day, we all are fans of a franchise. We all have that one friend. Like right now in the chat, let me know that franchise that has your heart. Let me know that franchise that is just your number one, and nothing will ever top that franchise for you. And I just want to know what you guys. All right, here we go. Chris Snyder, Saw, Halloween, Saw, Nightmare on Elm Street, Scream, Halloween, Friday the 13th. And guys, I love that. I freaking love that. I would never ever try to take that away from you. Why would, like Brandon, he loves Screaming Psycho. Why would I ever try to get Brandon to drop Screaming Psycho for Halloween? That's stupid if you think about it. That's never my goal. Really, at the end of the day, when I'm talking about not just Halloween, but any movie, I'm just giving you my personal opinion, but also it's just how that movie affects me on a personal level, and we all have different opinions. And the reason I'm saying this again is because I don't want to ever come across like I'm being a snob, or like I'm being stuck up, or that, somehow I think my opinion outweighs your opinion, because it doesn't. It doesn't. Okay. And as a matter of fact, I absolutely love that we all have our own passions. And guys, there's nothing wrong with getting passionate about Aaron. Oh god, Aaron Click, guys. There's nothing wrong with getting passionate about whatever movie. Like Chris is a big Saw fan. I love that he's passionate about Saw. Obviously, there's something in that franchise that touches him in maybe a way that it doesn't touch me. And it could be, it's like that Halloween 4 story that I've told you guys a million times. Chris might have saw, no pun intended, a Saw movie at a very impressionable young age, and it just hit him. It just clicked. We all have that moment where horror just really touched us, and we are changed people. Guys, give me, and this might be different than your favorite franchise, okay? Give me the movie, and it doesn't have to be horror. Give me the movie that changed your life. Okay, give me the movie that changed your life. I say touch too much, I know. Give me the movie that changed your life. Okay, could be any movie, could be Shawshank Redemption. Give me the movie that when you saw it, it was like a shift. Something changed for you. Like Destiny, she says Jaws. Oh my God, that's a big one for me too. From my childhood, I remember watching Jaws, and it might be one of my first scares when Hooper and Brody, they're on the boat, and then they go down in the water, and they see the boat underwater, the wreckage, and that head floats by. And man, I must have been, I want to say 6 years old, but man, that literally scared the living shit out of me. It was just, I mean, my heart literally like jumped. It was crazy. But Almost Famous, Back to the Future, The Dark Knight, Adventures in Babysitting, Halloween 4 specifically, the ending, never been more terrified as a child. Oh my God, yeah, exactly. Halloween 4, there's a couple of movies that affected me in different ways. Halloween 4 was the one that obsessed me with the franchise because I didn't know a horror movie could, one, scare me like that, but two, have me so invested. Like I was so invested with Rachel and Jamie Lloyd and their journey throughout that movie. I mean, I was just, guys, locked in. I was so locked in that I didn't even notice the silly looking mask. You know, Michael was terrifying to me in that movie. Another movie for me was The First Crow. It made me take filmmaking more seriously. You know, I was probably 21. Yeah, I was 21 when I saw The Crow in the theater, and never seen anything like it. And after that, it really forced me to take an interest in films and filmmaking and how they are put together, and what that secret formula is to cause some kind of emotion, reaction, whatever. The Crow did that for me big time. So I don't know, I lost my point, but my point is I love movies so much, and I love that you love movies so much, and I would never ever try to take any of that away from you guys. You know, I do get some viewers that they get mad at me. They do get really, really angry with me because I am passionate. I think that's what it is. If I came on here and I was just like, I like this movie, you know, and here's the pros. I thought the filmmaking was very nice. I liked the cinematography. It was beautiful. I thought the acting was really great, you know. The music was nice, but, you know, if I did that, then there would be no passion in it. And I can't help that. When I talk about any movie, that just comes out. And sometimes I'm angry because that movie affected me that way. It might have made me angry, you know. That's going to happen. And all I can do is be honest with you guys. That's all I can do. I'm not going to hold back. By the way, guys, and I didn't know this when I did it, but Megan, after I watch a new release, I sit down and I have to go on Rotten Tomatoes and I have to log my either fresh or rotten. And 99.9% of the time, it's easy. Fresh, rotten. It's automatic. I know exactly the rating I want to give the movie. Megan was the first movie that I was like, wait, hold on just a second. Is this movie really, like, do I really have to? And it was just right on the line. It was right on the line, and it could have been like, you know, just a fraction of the left or the right of my rating would have kicked it to fresh or rotten. I didn't. So it was kind of a knee-jerk reaction, but I was just like, you know what? I'm going to go rotten. And I'll be able to sleep at night and I'll live with myself. But, you know, they let you put like a numerical on there. And I believe I put 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10. Okay. And I think anything above 6 out of 10, you can technically, I think you can just give it a fresh if you want to anyway. I don't know. But little did I know, later I find out that I am one of 2 rotten reviews for Megan out of, I wanted at the time maybe 70 reviews. And I was like, oh, wow, I didn't know that. I thought at least a couple more people would have given it a rotten, just because, you know, my opinion of the movie. But yeah. Oh, good. Well, Lee Rotten, now we have to fight, right? So, guys, I know a lot of you probably really, and you know, guys, I really enjoyed the movie. Some parts of the movie. I thought it took a while to get going. And when it did deliver, and I'm not going to spoil anything, but when Megan Megan was easily the best part of the movie, of course, but I just thought it didn't go as far as I wanted it to. And I didn't think there was enough Megan. And then also, I didn't really care for the main character. God, I forgot her name. Allison Williams, yeah. I didn't like Allison Williams in the movie. Now, it wasn't her acting. She was playing the character she was supposed to play, but this was supposed to be kind of a family dynamic. You know, she's the aunt of this young girl. And I just wasn't, like, invested emotionally with them, you know. It didn't drive it home for me. So, like I said, I still had fun with it, but I put it right on the line, like a, you know, solid 6 out of 10. That's what I gave it. You know, I think I did like a 2.5 out of 5, which I know that doesn't equal 6 out of 10, but yeah. I don't know. Let me take a drink. Hold on. Good. We got a good show for you tonight, guys. I got a jam pack, and there's some of it I might not even get in here, you know, because there was one thing. I'll go ahead and tell you. I'll set it up. I'll go ahead and tell you. Hold on just a second. And guys, this will be fun. This will be fun because you guys get to interact with this one question I'm going to give you. And some of you know this because I posted it on Killer Flicks, but it just was an idea that came to me. I was thinking, like, what are my top 5 favorite horror movies of the last 20 years? Because you can say favorite horror movies ever, and 5 movies pop out at you immediately. But how about the last 20 years? So what I mean is 2002 to 2022. Okay, because I can't really count 2023 unless Megan's in your top 5. But yeah. Guys, give me right now. Think about it. Try to think of 5 movies from the past 20 years that you would put as your favorite. See, Chris, he says Saw, Jennifer's Body, House of Wax, The Babysitter, Haunt. Okay? I have no idea. Would have to sit down and meditate or something. Yeah, that's what I had to do, Carly, because I couldn't. It wasn't coming to me, and I had to take a couple hours to really think about this. This was tough. This is really tough. So what I might end up doing is like a separate top 10 for it. Or maybe I'll do it in the next live stream, because you guys know I like to clip these things out. Let me get this super chat real quick. Hold on. Mad Jackal, he says, that's exactly how I feel about Kill Bill. I still think I'm the only person that didn't like it. Kill Bill's phenomenal. But I'm trying to think of... Yeah, you know what? I don't think I've ever come across... I would say Kill Bill's probably Tarantino's most accessible movie. Would you guys agree with that? Yeah, I think that's probably his most accessible. Because he rarely does straight-up action. And, yeah, Kill Bill, that's a fun movie. That is a really fun movie. And it's still very Tarantino. You know, it's not like a generic action movie. So... I think the bride is a very interesting character. Mad Jackal, how many times have you watched Kill Bill? Have you tried to give it a few tries? Because sometimes with Tarantino, you have to give him a couple tries. But I would wait. Try it again. I mean, I love Kill. Guys, let me ask you this, okay? Keeping you on your toes. Do you prefer Kill Bill 1 or Kill Bill Volume 2? Because those are 2 different movies. And I love that they're 2 different movies. I didn't want the same movie again. Which may be the reason why I'm not going to go there. Not going to do it. Not going to do that at all. Not going to poke the bear. Oh my God, Destiny, you haven't seen Kill Bill? Do yourself a freaking favor. Holy crap, if you hear me say that's a fucking movie, that means it's like, whoa, that's a fucking movie. Yeah. Kill Bill, man. You got to see that, Destiny. You need to get on that. Jesus. Jason gets it. But thank you, Trina. I appreciate it. Watch it. Yeah, definitely watch it. It's so good. So good. It's hard for me to say which one I do prefer, just because they're so different. Because Kill Bill 2, it's more like, it's got more of a Western atmosphere to it, whereas the first one is more of an Asian atmosphere. So it's like pick your poison. And sometimes I'm in the mood for... But usually I'll watch them both. I try to watch them both back to back. You know? Back to back. Okay. So maybe on the next live stream we'll do that. We'll talk about the top 5. Hey, screw it. I'll tell you. Hold on. Thanks, Mad Jackal. I appreciate that, man. Cocaine, hell yeah. Don't do drugs, kids. What was the? Oh yeah, I'll give you my top 5. Okay, I'll give you my top 5 right now. All right, and there's a couple. Kyle, he says Evil Dead 2013, Suspiria, OG, of course, The Cursed, The Witch, and Deep Red. Damn, that's a great top 5. See, and by you saying that, by you putting the originals, actually, hold on, you didn't follow the rules. You didn't follow the rules, good sir. It's of the last 20 years, okay? You almost tripped me up. I was like, why didn't I put Suspiria on there? But I couldn't because that's 1977, okay? Last 20 years, right? So I'll give you mine. I'll go ahead and give you guys mine since I love you so much. And guys, I had to take a long time to think about this, all right? Okay, so here you go. Do I want to do it in order? Yeah, I'll do it in order. Why not? Okay. I'll say number 5 is Green Room. And I'm not trying to be like artsy and cool or anything. I really thought about this. And Green Room is, wow, that is such a great movie. It's just very intense, you know? Like if you want an intense movie about this band that's in this horrible situation, stuck in this club, and it gets graphic and bloody and they don't hold back, and maybe that's what I wanted them to do in Megan, is not hold back a little bit. Yeah, Green Room, guys. I'm getting, because I bet you guys, tell me right now, if you hands up if you haven't seen Green Room, okay? Hands up if you haven't seen Green Room. All right, guys, this is a guarantee. I'm giving you a guarantee, okay? I never say that unless I know for a fact it's a guarantee. Like if I said Halloween Ends, that's not a guarantee. I know that's not a guarantee. All right, but Green Room is a guarantee. Guys, give me a guarantee. Give me a guarantee. Give me a movie that you know for a fact that I will like. Okay, give me a guarantee. All right. Next one is not a guarantee. It Follows. That is a divisive movie right there, but I happen to be on the other side of it. I love the score. I love the plot is so freaking unique and scary. It's one of the few movies that actually got under my skin, probably in the last decade. Thomas Jones says, I haven't seen Green Room yet. Thomas, I just did you a massive favor, good sir. I just did you a massive favor. I'm telling you, you can't go wrong with Green Room. All right, Die Hard 3, yeah, that's a guarantee. The Sleeper, haven't seen that one yet. Eden Lake was insane. I've seen Eden Lake. I reviewed it. Macon Monroe is awesome. Yes. The Collector. Yes, that's a guarantee. Sorry, Lee, I already spent my guarantee on Funny Games. Well, Carly, I don't know if Funny Games is a guarantee. Like, there's people that are going to be pissed off at that movie. I liked it. I really liked it, but I could see how someone might be like, ugh, I hate these guys. That's one of those, it's kind of like Eden Lake, you know? I don't want to spoil anything because I'm sure some of you, I'm not going to say any more, okay? I just gave you a comparison, though, between Eden Lake and Funny Games, all right? If you've seen both movies, you can probably put the 2 and 2 together, all right? But, yeah. Yeah. Oh, my guarantee, yes, you were right. I did. I loved it. I did. You know my taste. All right. Next one. This might surprise some of you guys. It Chapter 1. And that's one that I never really think about that much. But when I do think about it, I'm like, wow, that movie is really great. And it's epic. And maybe part of the reason I don't think about it that much is because I didn't really care for It Chapter 2. But man, It Chapter 1 really packs a punch. It just has this epic nature to it. It just feels big, you know? And I think Pennywise is awesome in it. Like that freaking scene where he like his head like pops out, you know? Like there's a such thing as an effective jump scare, and that movie has a couple of them actually. So, yeah. Yeah, It Chapter 1. For sure. And I was happy to put that one on there. Next one, I guess this would be number 2, would be Evil Dead 2013. I can never get enough of that. I can't get enough. I'm still hungry. Guys, tell me who sang that, okay? It's never enough. Some of my older viewers will know what that's from, and they might unsubscribe me immediately. Thank you. Yeah. There you go. There they come. She's only 17. Guys, I don't no regrets and no regrets. I love a lot of those like late 80s bands. I liked Winger. I did. I'm sorry. I did. I liked Winger. They had some good tunes. And you know what? They had one of the greatest drummers that you don't know about, Rod Morgenstein. See, I'm a drummer, so I keep track of good drummers. Rod Morgenstein was, let's put it this way. Rod Morgenstein could play Lars Ulrich under the table and over the table and beside the table and clean house with him. Okay? And Lars is only so lucky that Rod didn't come back at him. All right, because Rod Morgenstein, he was just playing when he was playing in Winger, because he was in another band called Dixie Dregs, which is more of like a progressive fusion type band, and drumming that will freaking blow your balls off. Okay, so can't get enough. Yeah, I like their guitar sound too. Yep. Okay, and number one is The Descent. Number one is The Descent. Oh my God, do I love The Descent. I love that movie so much. I always compare it to The Thing, because The Thing is like a remote location with a bunch of guys. And if you want the female version of that, done right, then you do The Descent. And both movies are terrifying. They actually make a great double feature, you know? But I love The Descent because the first half of the movie is more of like a claustrophobic, isolated environment movie. It could have been its own plot, really. They could have totally done a whole movie off of the first half of The Descent and got away with it, and it would be fine. And then the second half is a monster movie. And man, guys, effective jump scare, right? When they got the camera in the middle of the movie, they're at the bottom of the cave, they're lost, they're freaking out. And then all of a sudden, the creature is right behind her, and just all hell breaks loose. Wow. The emotion, like I'm a sucker for great emotion in movies, and The Descent is one of the most emotional. I cried during that movie that I've ever seen, because you really have, it's tragedy. You have two friends that are ripped apart because one of those friends made a horrible, horrible mistake. And I think The Descent really showcased that Juno wasn't necessarily a villain, and she wasn't a bad, a really bad person. She just was a human who made a terrible, terrible mistake, and it did cost her. But wow, man, I get like freaking chill bumps, guys. Okay, when I think about The Descent, what a movie! Please, guys, there's another guarantee for you. That's a guarantee. I don't think I've ever met anybody that didn't like The Descent. Most people love it. It's that great. Yeah, Trina, holy crap! Oh my God. Yeah, you guys have to watch The Descent if you haven't seen it. Don't bother with the sequel. All right. The sequel is rough. And on paper, it sounds like a decent idea because it's kind of the same format, back in the cave, which also kind of presents a problem for the movie because it feels too much like the first one. But then you start like, why in the hell would this person ever go back in that cave? No way in hell. So there was a movie just recently that had that same problem. Guys, maybe you can help me out here. I think it's a newer movie, but it was a situation like that where they went back into the area, and I was just like, why would you do that? There's no way in hell. It's going to drive me crazy now trying to think of what the movie is. Destiny, I never see anybody besides you mention snakes on a plane. I need to rewatch it. I've seen it. I saw it when it first came out. There's a scene where the snake bites the girl's boob. Yeah. Get these motherfucking snakes off this motherfucking plane. It wasn't the Wrong Turn remake. I'm trying. What was it? That's gonna freaking drive me nuts. Remember the last stream too? I was like racking my brain over something. Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! I got to remove that from my brain because I'm gonna worry about it all freaking night now. What was that movie? Why would you go in there? Why would you do that again? It's freaking killing me. Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! All right, but you know what? They say sometimes if you don't think about it, then maybe it'll come to you. So that's what I'm going to try to do. What's up, Ashley? I'm going to try not to think about it, and then maybe it'll come to me. God damn it. It's going to drive me nuts. Do you guys like, it's like if you've lost something, and then it might be an object that's not even that important, but because you lost it, it just drives you freaking nuts. Ugh. Oh, it just came to me. I got it. It just came to me. What's up, Tyshawn? How you doing, brother? It just came to me. Justino, how you doing, man? Okay. Have you guys seen... You know what? I might clip this out, all right? Because I was going to review Terror Train, the remake, okay? I was going to review this, but I just didn't have the time. You know? You have to pick and choose your videos when you have a full-time job. And a family and all this stuff. And I watched both those movies. I'll put this up front. I did have a decent time. I wasn't bored. It's kind of one of those movies that's fun to laugh at as you're watching it. But, and who cares if I spoil? I'm not going to tell you who the killer is, okay? That's what I will promise you. When I'm talking about these two movies, I will not tell you who the killer is, okay? But is that necessary? It's not really, Chris. That's why I'm doing it right here, okay? First observation is the Terror Train remake is almost pretty much verbatim the same movie as the original. You know, there are a couple little differences, and of course it's modern, it's updated, but I mean, it's very similar to the original. You got the magician in there. You even got the iconic scene where the train is coming out of that big square. Almost said a dirty word. And yeah, it's pretty much a by the numbers remake. You got this main character, Alana, I think her name is. I will say I did like Alana, and Alana is in both movies. Okay. I actually dug her, and you know what? This was a production. I think they spent like $537 on both movies combined, probably, and it just looks very low budget. And I can't. It's hard for me to knock a movie because of the budget, because a budget's a budget, and you only have what you got. So let me see what you can do with that budget, and for that, I will give it a positive, because they tried the best they could, given that they pretty much, it looked like they had 2 locations to film in, you know, like this back storage area of the train, and then the main car of the train with all the beds and everything. And so the killer would just kind of go back and forth and back and forth. And they had to somehow try to make this interesting. And I got to give them kudos for at least trying that, you know. The killers are, you know, as far as like the costume, it's more updated because you got like this clown outfit, which works. I think it's better than the original's outfit, which looks kind of silly. And then you had like this lizard outfit, which is also in the original. The first movie I think is better, even though the second movie kind of should have been better. And if you've seen both, I think you might know what you probably don't know what I'm talking. I don't know, but I think what I'm trying to say is I liked aspects of both movies. You know, pros and cons wise. Like some things about part 2 I liked better than part 1, and vice versa. I think character wise, part 1, and they had this one guy who was the dick, but they did kind of give him some layers, you know. And like he was accused of this one thing that he didn't do, and I liked his reaction. So at least in the writing department, they tried to pepper the script with some fun and sometimes funny dialogue. And what that did was it just kept me interested the whole way, and I'm laughing the whole way too, just because of how silly the movie does look, but I think it is kind of self-aware, but it does take itself very seriously, almost too seriously, because it's not, there's very few jokes in this movie. And I think maybe they should have put some more jokes in there, given that there's a lot to laugh at in the movie. But I would say I didn't really like the reveal that much in the first movie, but I think after I watched the second movie, I kind of did come around to the reveal in the first movie. You can compare this to movies like Friday the 13th. What's some other movies that you get? Especially the first Friday the 13th, okay? And that's all I'll say about that. The kills are pretty... They try. I'll just say that they try, but there's that CGI blood problem, and it's painfully obvious, especially... I think in the second movie they were running out of money, and so the kills suffered the most in part 2. But they did have a lot of blood in some of the scenes, which was kind of cool. But I don't know. It's kind of weird. Like, I was actually talking to Jason from Sinister Cinema Reviews about this, and we were like, you can have a long conversation about Terror Train 1 and 2. Like, it's interesting that both movies came out within 3 months of each other, and one of them is set on Halloween and the other one is set on New Year's. Like, why did they even do that? It's strange, because I've never seen a horror movie like a part 1 and a part 2 come out so close together. So very weird. It's almost like the opposite of like what they're doing with the Mutilator, and they got this new Mutilator coming out, and it's like at least 40 years since the last one, and there's never been a Mutilator movie between it. This is the opposite of that. Let's put out the first movie and then go ahead and 3 months later put out the second. Maybe it's a streaming thing. Maybe that's what it is. Like, because these aren't going to theaters and it's streaming, then they're just like, you know what? Let's just go ahead and boom, knock out 2 of them. So, I would say, and you know, I'll even give you a rating too. I think it's the first time on a live stream I've given you a review with a rating, but I would give both of these movies a Looped in Hell. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'd give both these movies, I'd say, a very, very low humdrum. And if you got nothing else to do, I think they're worth watching. And I will even say this, even though the first movie, it feels like it has a better budget, it feels a little bigger, not that much bigger, but a little bigger. I think these two are on par. I think all 3 movies are kind of on par with each other. I was never a huge Terror Train fan anyway. You know, even though Jamie Lee's in it, I've always been just kind of a casual fan of that movie. So, and I will say, I don't think this is spoiling too much, but they did try to change things up reveal-wise in these movies as opposed to the first movie. Okay? And I've sometimes used this phrase, the obvious slasher, and I always use the first Terror Train as an example. And spoiler alert for the first Terror Train, okay? If you've never seen the first Terror Train, spoiler alert right now. What is the obvious slasher, okay? The obvious slasher is, you know how you're watching a slasher movie, and you're like, logically, that guy would be the killer, okay? Within the first 10 minutes of the movie, they're setting that guy right there to be the killer. They want you to think that guy's the killer so bad. So, of course, in any normal slasher movie, that guy's not going to be the killer. Okay? Like, I think Scream does this. They try to set up a certain person to be the killer, but then it's not the killer, even though a case can be made for the first movie with Billy Loomis. But that's the obvious slasher, is that guy is the killer. You know, it's so obvious, but yet he is the killer. That's what they did in Terror Train. That guy at the beginning of the movie, it's kind of like what they did in Valentine. You know, the guy that was bullied. He ends up, I guess Valentine's an obvious slasher too. So, yeah. So there you go, guys. That's my review for Terror Train. Damn it, I can clip that out now. Okay. They're worth to watch. It's free, right? There you go. You got a free slasher to watch now. Okay. Okay, so we got our main topic But then we also got, I'll let you guys decide. Do you want to cover the main topic right now, comparing Evil Dead and Scream? Or before you answer, do you want to fuck you in the sequel? Do you want to do that? I'll let you guys pick. Do you want to do F you in the sequel? Or do you want to compare these two juggernauts of 2023? Okay, I'm giving you the power. All right, I'm giving you the power. Okay, let's see if the chat is mixed, or let's see if the chat is just like all on one side. Right? Compare. I want to fuck in the sequel. Evil Dead. I had a feeling. I got the power. What are you guys talking about? All right, I guess I'll decide then. You know what? We'll do the main topic. We'll go ahead and do the main topic, okay? Because I do have a lot of information to get through. First off, two massive movies coming out this year. Evil Dead Rise and Scream. And what I would like to do to start this off, because I saw the trailer for Evil Dead Rise, but you know what? I've only seen it once, and I was blown away. Like, wow. If we're going by the trailers, and it's not really fair because Scream has like a teaser trailer. But if we're going by the trailers, right now, yeah, Evil Dead Rise. But I gotta say, that's one of the best horror trailers I've seen in a long time, okay? But I'm gonna watch it again. And I hear there's like an Australian trailer too, but we're not gonna watch that one, okay? But yeah, it made me happy in my pants too. So, first off, let me get over here. Let me make sure we're set up for it. Yeah, we are set up for it. So then let me pull you guys over here. Yeah, there we go. And let's just have a good time and let's watch this trailer. Okay?
What's up, sis?
Now, why is she doing that with those eggs? Oh, yeah, because she's probably a deadite. She's probably out of her fucking mind. Okay, here we go.
I had the most beautiful dream.
Hold on, let me turn off the, I don't like that. Okay, there we go. No subs.
It was the perfect day. And all I could think about was how much I wanted to cut you all open. And climb inside your bodies.
Oh my God,
so
yes.
We could stay one happy family.
When I was just a little girl, I asked my mother,
What is this, Danny? I found it.
what will I be? Will I be pretty? Will I be rich? Here's what she said to me.
Open up now.
You don't look so good, Mom.
Nothing a big old kiss from you won't fix.
I wouldn't trust it. She really looks like Jane Levy in that one shot. Do you guys agree with me on that? Like, hold on just a sec. Let me go back. Right. Yeah, right. God damn it. Hold on. Yeah, she really looks like Jane Levy there. Okay. It was just an observation. Okay.
I'm getting us out of here. I promise.
You'd be a good mom someday, honey pie.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you know how to lie to kids.
Oh my God.
Mom?
Mommy's with the maggots now.
What will be, will be.
God, I need a minute. Holy crap. That is... Man, I haven't seen a trailer that effective. I can't remember the last time I saw a trailer that effective. That was a damn good... wow. And I did... Couple things. I did see some people state that it was... they showed too much in the trailer, but... It's an Evil Dead movie where Deadites are going to get out, and you have a limited cast in there. Are you really shocked by what they showed you? I don't know. I mean, and also Evil Dead is kind of, especially these later movies, it's kind of a movie where I'm not like the ending isn't the most important thing to me. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. The journey is, some movies, like an M. Night Shyamalan movie. The twist is like the big thing. But with Evil Dead, no, it's not really about that. It's about the journey, watching somebody or some people turn into Deadites and go completely hog wild crazy, Another observation that I have is I did see someone say, this does nothing for me. They're just like any other possession movie. No. There's possession movies, a lot of them come out in January, those ones, and then there's Evil Dead. Okay, I don't even really care for possession movies that much. There's only a few that I like / love, like The Exorcist, Amityville 2, and maybe a couple others. But Evil Dead to me is its own ballpark, and what I mean by that is just the horrific nature. For some reason, there's just a tone to those movies, an unrelenting force that these movies have with the Deadites. It's almost hard for me to explain. Like, do you guys understand what I'm saying? There is something about Evil Dead that's different, removed from other possession movies, okay? And like when the last Evil Dead came out, oh my God, I was jumping for joy. Like, whoa. Just because, and before I even, saw the trailer, just hearing about it, the 2013 one, I was like, yes, I can't wait. Holy crap. Evil Dead. I love Evil Dead, And, guys, I love Ash. I love Ash to death. I do. But it's a world that I didn't mind them venturing out and trying different things, minus the Ash character. Because, I mean, if you look at those first 3 Evil Dead movies, they're just very different in tone from each other. Like the first one is very serious. Ash isn't really at his full icon potential yet. And then 2 and 3, like 2 is a good mix of horror comedy. And then 3 is almost full on slapstick. Okay? So where do you go after that? And so when they come out with 2013, they not only go, we're going to go a more serious tone. No, we're going to give you the most serious movie that we have ever. Like, this movie is terrifying, like scary as hell. And it was the first time, when you're watching a horror movie, rarely does this happen, especially for people like us, right? Because we all love horror. When you're watching a horror movie in the theater, like, I see like non-horror reviewers, they'll say it wasn't scary. Horror fans don't go to horror movies to be scared because they know there's a 99% chance that they're not going to be scared. That's a silly thing to say. I go to, if I get scared at a horror movie, oh my God, that's a massive freaking bonus. Okay. Because I know that's like a unicorn. It's something that happens like once every few years. So when it happens, it's insane. Joe Sixpack, the guy that doesn't like horror movies, he gets scared by anything that comes out. He might get scared by Megan. I made myself laugh. Oh my God. Scared by Megan. Wow. No, but seriously, all kidding aside. Evil Dead did that. Evil Dead 2013, I came out of that movie and I was just like, whoa, what the fuck just happened? That was insane. You know? Carly says, horror fans are like people that like spicy food. We just need a little extra kick in our entertainment. Exactly. I guess that's what it is. Like the actual scares are like the spice, you know? Like the... guys, what's the name of that spice that's like almost dangerous? I'm trying to think of it. Is it wasabi? I think it's wasabi. Yeah. So maybe that's what it is. Like, how often are you going to have something that's as hot as wasabi? Maybe once, twice in your life. That's kind of like how genuine, scary horror is. You know, only a few times in your life are you going to be genuinely terrified. Okay. And you know, and when you're a young child, of course you're going to be scared, maybe terrified by a movie that you won't be scared by. Like for me, for Halloween 4. When I watch Halloween 4 now, no, yeah, of course it doesn't do anything. But back when I first watched it, it freaked me the fuck out, okay? But man, it's like The Exorcist. The Exorcist is one of the greatest movies ever made, in my opinion. William Friedkin, the work, that's a director, okay? That is an amazingly directed movie, and it's overshadowed just by how scary the movie is, and people don't realize that, but when they go back and watch it, like the last time I watched it, and I've only watched The Exorcist maybe 5-6 times in my entire life. Last time I watched it, because I had to review it, I was just like, wow, this is such a beautifully made film, and it's actually pretty damn heartwarming. You know, this priest who is losing his faith, and he ends up being the hero. He ends up being the guy that saved Regan. Pretty crazy. So it's a beautifully directed movie, but I can only watch it, you know, maybe once every few years, because you have to prepare yourself for that movie, because it does have some pretty shocking things in it, you know. Same thing to me anyway, with Evil Dead 2013. The violence in that movie, whoa, that does not hold back. So the violence in this new movie looks to live up. Like I'm already like, I can feel my heart beating for April when I go to the theater and I sit down and I watch that movie. I can just imagine. Like, you know, a movie's not doing its job if at least one person doesn't walk out because they can't take it, okay? And I think that's what's going to happen with this movie, all right? Because it looks like it's going to be unrelenting, you know? So let me go to my points here, okay? And we're going to get to Scream. I'm kind of comparing the two, and I might actually compare along the way, but I did do up some slides here. And I think I put them over here. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so here's my talking points. I got 6 talking points for each. I tried to do 5, but then I came up with something else extra too. Okay. Bruce Campbell and Sam Raimi are executive producing this movie. I don't think that they would get behind an Evil Dead movie if they weren't passionate about it. And they were behind the 2013 one. So they want to nurture this movie and make sure that it is made with tender loving care and tender loving Evil Deadite care. And that's a bonus right away. That's okay. We got Bruce and freaking Sam are behind this thing. Yes, they're not directing. Well, Sam Raimi's not directing. Bruce doesn't. Has Bruce ever directed a movie? He might have. I don't know. But yeah, they're behind it. That's a great thing. Number 2, the backstory on this is originally after Evil Dead 2013, they were talking about doing 2 movies. They were going to do a sequel to Army of Darkness. It was going to be called Army of Darkness 2, which that wouldn't have been confusing. And then they were going to do Evil Dead 2, which was a remake. I mean, which was a sequel to the remake, that's not a remake, by the way. I don't consider that a remake. You can consider 2013 a sequel if you wanted to, you know, or maybe a spinoff. I don't know, but and then eventually they planned on those 2 movies joining and making a 3rd movie. And maybe they just got a little bit too ambitious, you know? Because let's face it, Evil Dead's not Star Wars, okay? And Evil Dead's not even Halloween, you know? It does. I'm just talking like money-wise. It doesn't make that much money, and that's a pretty lofty, you know, proposition. So that fell through, and then eventually we ended up finally here. They were going to put this on streaming. I think it was going to go on HBO Max, but then eventually they decided, let's just put it in theaters. And maybe that had something to do with the pandemic. I'm not sure. Okay. Third point, same vibe as the remake, seemingly. Are you guys fans of the remake? Or is that kind of against the grain as to what you look for in an Evil Dead movie? To me, I like the Evil Dead has a couple different flavors, you know? I almost prefer that it has a couple different flavors, because if we had 5 Evil Dead movies that were all that exact same tone, it might be a little bit exhausting. Okay? So, I like that if you're in the mood for that zany, wacky, crazy, slapstick Evil Dead, you have the gift that is Evil Dead 2, you know? And Army of Darkness. If you want the more serious type stuff, you got the first Evil Dead, and then you got the remake. And you know what? I love that the remake didn't try to copy the first movie. It really was its own thing. And I'll even say, I think, and it's hard for me to say, but I think the remake might be my favorite Evil Dead movie so far. After I reviewed the first Evil Dead a while back, I kind of came back around and I was like, okay, I think I do prefer the first Evil Dead. It's tough. They're both really, really close. But this new movie does seem to have the same tone that movie does. So that's a great thing to me. You know, I love how serious these latest movies are, which does pose the question, if this movie is a hit, do they dare even try to recapture the comedic vibe that some of the earlier movies had, like, you know, the Ash movies? And here's another question for you guys while I'm on this point, because we're talking about Ash. Okay, again, Ash is an icon. He is one of the most important horror figures of all time. I have my Ash Funko. Okay, there's no wrong answer here, guys. Okay, this might be freaking blasphemy, sacrilege. Okay, but would you guys be open to a young Ash character with an actor that had a lot of personality? Okay, because this you would have to have a shit ton of personality to pull off what Bruce Campbell did. Okay, he would have to have Bruce Campbell's blessing, of course, but to continue that particular brand of Evil Dead, would you guys be for it, or are you just like, no, keep that out, hell no, Ash will only be Bruce Campbell? Okay, so Kyle says yes. If he is good, then yes. The heart and soul of the movie, agreed. I want Jane Levy back. Yes, I do. I definitely want Jane Levy back. Let me get this super chat real quick, guys. The Bearded Entertainment, he says, personally, I loved the remake. It kept some of the great elements from the originals, but tried to be its own thing, and I think it worked. Super excited for the new one. Completely agree, Bearded Entertainment. Completely agree. I will say the remake, I think it established a big cult following. I don't have my box office numbers in front of me. I don't think, and correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but I don't think the remake was a massive box office hit. I think maybe it was a mild hit. I'm not sure. But I think that movie, it did strike a chord, and it did develop its own cult following. And I think that's the reason why, you know, I think it at least helped that we're here. Like, I think if that movie would have been, like, completely forgettable and, you know, a bomb, then this might not have happened. You know, we would have seen the last of Evil Dead. But, yeah, I think it's just that good. It's just that good. And I'll even say, when I was doing that top 5 of the last 20 years, I saw Evil Dead on a lot of lists in Killer Flicks. A lot of freaking lists, okay? So, as a matter of fact, let me pull this up real quick. Just to give you guys an idea. Yeah, here we go. Let's see. Let's see if I'm wrong. I could have sworn I saw quite a few Evil Deads on here, though. Oh, maybe I should just do it this way. Okay, hold on. Friday the 13th, 2009. Out of the last 20 years? All right. Like what you like, though. You know what? Maybe I'm wrong. I could have sworn I saw a lot of Evil Dead in here, but maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, Jason Miller. Who's that guy? No, Sinister's a great pick. I do freaking love Sinister. Matter of fact, that's my honorable mention. Sinister was on there for sure. I'm shocked that I'm not seeing Evil Dead. There we go. Gavin Glass has Evil Dead on there. I know quite a few of you guys had Evil Dead. Okay, I know quite a few of you guys did. Yeah, here we go. Jathniel, is that how you say your name? Yeah, Evil Dead. You guys get the idea though. There was a few Evil Deads on there for sure. There it is. Yeah. Okay. Next topic is Demons 2. Guys, have you seen Demons 2? And the reason I mentioned Demons 2 is because it's like demons on a high rise. There's been a couple of these movies. I do tend to like that setting. As a matter of fact, Halloween 2, the original Halloween 2, the first script was supposed to be Michael in a high rise. I guess Laurie was going to move to a high rise, and Michael was going to pursue her in the high rise. That would have been interesting. Funny enough, John Carpenter did do a movie called Someone's Watching Me about damsel in distress in a high rise. And that movie came out the same year as Halloween, which is interesting. Okay. Jathniel, there you are. Yeah, you pronounced it right. Good. I wanted to make sure I pronounced it right. But what's another? The Watcher that just came out, which I wasn't the biggest fan of The Watcher, but it's kind of the same type deal, in a high rise. So I do love that aspect of this movie, that it is set in a high rise. That could be interesting because it could spill down, I think there's going to be a lot of freaking killing in this movie, if I'm being honest. Or is it going to be more of an isolated environment? I don't know. I think there's going to be a lot of killing, A lot of killing. Not just in the family, okay? Not just in the family. All right. Number 5, I'm not going to repeat myself because that's kind of what I started this whole thing with. I was talking about possession movies and how Evil Dead's not quite in the same ballpark. It is a possession movie, but there's just a different flavor to Evil Dead that you can almost separate it. So yeah. And then the last one is kids are involved this time. Guys, I need your opinion on this. Is this something that bothers you? Do you think that they should not have had kids in this movie? Just because sometimes kids can kind of throw up a red flag in a movie. If you got bad acting or whatnot, although these kids don't seem like they have bad acting. I think it kind of raises the stakes, if I'm being honest. They're not going to dare kill a kid, are they? Just the thought, though, of having these freaking scary deadites and these kids being in danger. And it's their mother. It's their freaking mother. Can you imagine that? So it's one of those scenarios like, how are they going to get out of this one? It's like a big catch-22. What are they going to do? So many questions. All right. So, back to Demons 2. Let's see, Maverick says, I can picture the demon crawling through the vents and picking off neighbors in that building, adding to both the body count and the deadite count. I love that, Maverick. Yes. I didn't even think about that too, like the vents, When I first came in the military, that was my job. I did sheet metal. I actually made those, the ductwork. I used to actually have to make ductwork. And, but I've never seen ductwork like as big as what you see in the movies, like in Die Hard, where you can just like crawl through it. And it does exist, yeah, but I rarely ever see ductwork that's that big, like even in my own house, it's pretty small ductwork. So it's kind of funny. Now let's go over to not to take anything away from Scream. Okay, guys? Not to take anything away from Scream. There we go. Scream 6, guys. Cards on the table. Frank Racker, what's up, brother? Frank comes in exactly the moment we start talking about Scream. You can't write this shit. This is awesome. Let me open my monster. Frank, you have to stay. That's your punishment. Everybody say, Frank, get in here. We're going to talk extra long about Scream just because of Frank. Wesley Cox, hell yeah, I'm ready for a new Nightmare movie. When the hell are we going to get one? It's frustrating at this point, right? Twisting his arm. Okay. Guys, a lot of you think that I don't like Scream at all. I'm a casual fan of the franchise. I actually love quite a few of the movies. I love the first one. I love the second one. I like the third one. Love the fourth one. So there's 3 movies right there that I love. I just don't love the 5th one. But I had the guy at the beginning of the stream before we even started that was giving me shit. He was like, you're just mad because Scream made more money than Halloween Ends and Kill. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. You know what? It's good for horror. And by the way, all 3 of those movies made gangbusters, especially for horror movies, you know, that were made for under $15 million. It doesn't bother. I'm happy. I'm happy that Scream 5 did so well. You know, because you know what? That means we get more Scream movies. And to me, that's a good thing. You know, I'm excited for this movie, and let's get into the topics here. Okay, here we go. Okay, all right. Scream 6 has time on its side. I'm kind of comparing it to Evil Dead Rise right now. Okay, has time on its side, fresh off a very successful Scream 5. Okay, because we're talking 2013 to 2023. If I do the math right, that's 10 years. Okay, what's up, Omni? How you doing? That's 10 years. So I think the anticipation isn't going to be as big as Scream. All right, they got to pull in some of the horror fans for this new Evil Dead. They got to come out swinging, okay, to get butts in the seats. Or Scream, hot off of Scream 5, built-in audience. Yeah. Story Sparks, to my favorite reviewer, thank you very much. That's really nice. I would be honored if you would give my reaction to Evil Dead a look when you are finished with your stream. AVP Requiem forever. He saw my AVP Requiem review where I did the DD fix. What that means is I made you able to see the fucking movie. Story Sparks. Hold on, let me write that down so I don't forget. I'm gonna go look at your Evil Dead reaction, all right? Let me write it down. Hold on. Story Sparks. Okay, there we go. All right, I wrote it down. I'm going to go look at it after this. All right, cool. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. All right. Tony, what's up, man? How you doing? Flopbuster. Guys, check out Tony's channel, Flopbuster. Great freaking content on there. They know their fucking horror, and they know other movies, too. He likes all types of genres. We all like all types of genres, right, guys? Yeah. Tony rocks. And he loves Halloween Resurrection. But don't you hold that against him. Okay. Okay. Next topic for Scream. It is a more consistent franchise tonally. The reason I put consistency in quotes is because I like all the Evil Dead movies. There's not a bad one in the bunch, okay? I like all the Scream movies. But tonally, Scream, all those movies, they fit really nicely together, you know? You tend to want to watch them in order if you're doing like a Scream run. Whereas Evil Dead, you kind of pick and choose, you know? So I feel like I want to do 2013. Now I feel like I want to do the first movie. Now I want to get zany. I want to watch Evil Dead 2. You know what I mean? So Scream is the more consistent, consistent franchise, tonally, okay? Next topic, the New York setting is quite interesting. I like that they're trying something different. We're getting out of Woodsboro. Although, guys, wasn't there another movie that wasn't, like Scream 3 wasn't in Woodsboro, was it? No, it was in Hollywood, right? But here we're going to New York, you know? I mean, talk about great freaking production value alone. Just filming anything in New York, which by the way, it's expensive to film in New York, but I wonder how much of this movie is actually filmed in New York. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if they built some sound stages, called it New York. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe they did film the whole thing in New York. It'd be cool, but I hope they can keep that. I hope they can trick us and make us think that it's New York if it's not. But a lot of potential for Ghostface killing action in New York. Ghostface usually sticks with the principal cast in these movies. We rarely see him venture out and just kill random strangers. That's usually not his MO. But in this movie, maybe he will do that. Maybe he needs to, sharpen his axe, I guess. Get some push-ups in, get some exercise in, and maybe he just wants to kill a few people along. What am I talking about? New York. I'm looking forward to New York. It's gonna be awesome. Okay, next one. An already dug-in cast. Okay, we already care about them. Talking about Scream 5, we do have Gale Weathers from the rest of the movies, but we are invested in Sam and Tara and Mindy, and I can't remember Mindy's brother's name, okay? But especially Sam and Tara. But guys, have you ever heard of this young actress named Jenny? Is it Jenny or Jenna? Jenna Ortega? She's coming out now. She's fresh, all right? I think she's gonna be somebody. You know, I think she's gonna be a star. Yeah, Kirby. Thank you. We got Kirby, Chad. That's the guy's name, Chad. Thank you, Chad. So, yeah, I mean, we already love these characters. They've already given us that. So, going into this movie, you know, we're gonna be there. If Chad cracks a joke, we're gonna laugh at it because why? Because we love Chad. We know who he is, right? By the way, guys, Jenna Ortega is like freaking massive right now. I'll say she was the best part of Scream 5. I don't talk about this that much, but that opening of Scream 5, if they would have maintained that level of tension and just awesomeness, that movie would have been one of the best Scream movies. That was fucking amazing. I think it was the best opening since the first Scream. Thinking back, Scream 2, yes, definitely better than that one. Scream 3, yes, definitely better than that one. Scream 4, oh, yeah, Scream 4's got like the worst opening, okay? I don't like that. It's like the leapfrog opening where they keep doing the stab movies. It was getting annoying, but that opening in Scream 5, wow, just amazing. And then they pull the rug out from underneath because you think spoiler alert, you think for sure that Tara's going to die, and she doesn't. So, right away, guys, I'm going to tell you, when I've watched this movie in the theater, after that scene, I was like, okay, here we go. We might have one of the best Scream movies ever made, okay? Just didn't deliver the rest of the way, okay? But that's fine. It's still, they gave us what we needed. They set us up. We're not angry, right? Okay. So this next movie could be great. A promise of more bloodshed. I can't pull the quote, but I do think, and guys, help me out here. Do you remember this? I think they said that this one will be like the bloodiest Scream movie. I think there was an interview with Melissa Barrera, and she said that this movie is going to be extremely violent. Okay, and I like that. I like a very violent, bloody Scream. It just so happens that Scream 4 is like one of my favorite Scream movies, even though I don't like the opening. But that movie's really bloody. You know, I don't like the cinematography in it, but man, they make up for it big time with the bloodshed. All right, so Scream 5 definitely had some good bloodshed in it too. I will give it that. But I like blood in my. I like blood in any slasher movie. Okay, that's just a preference. I know some people say that PG-13 doesn't bother them in horror movies. I'm not that guy. Okay, so far I can't think of too many. I was gonna do a top 10 PG-13 horror movies because they do good ones do exist, but I think it has to be a certain type of genre. But the only slasher PG-13 movie, well, actually, guys, there's two, okay? And one of them's actually PG, okay? I'm going to give them to you right now. Guys, give me a slasher movie that's either PG or PG-13 that's actually good, okay? I'm going to give you two of them right now, all right? Number one, Tourist Trap. Tourist Trap is very freaky, and it's PG. It's PG, but it's got mannequins in it, and right away that scares the shit out of me. It's got freaky mannequins. It's got weirdness, and I think that's the trick. If you want to get around the blood, give me the weird, you know? Give me the scary weird, and that's what it does. Kyle says, Monster on me. Love both topics tonight. Can't wait for your reviews on both movies. Your streams are always super fun. Horror for favorite genre. Thank you. I appreciate that, good sir. I'm having a blast with you guys. You guys make this easy. I'm always nervous before these, but you guys make it easy. Okay. Final girls. Taffer, you win the golden nugget. Okay, whatever that means. Final Girls is the other good PG-13 slasher because of the story, you know? Because of how unique the plot is, the Last Action Hero vibe of it. You know, you got to put a spin on it if you're going to give us a PG-13 horror movie. If you're doing just a straight-up PG-13 slasher, prove me wrong. I just don't see that many good ones, okay? Like, would you guys be okay if they made a PG-13 Scream movie? Would you be okay if they made a PG-13 Scream movie? Is Psycho PG? No, there's no way Psycho's PG. Holy crap. Is Psycho PG? Let me look that up. Hold on. Was there even the rating system in 1960? Let me see. Hold on. I think it's R. Psycho rating. There we go. Psycho rating. It doesn't say, damn it. It's wanting to give me the actual numerical rating. Guys, help me. Is Psycho R? Let me know, okay? Let me know. Cry Wolf is PG-13. That is another example of a unique twist on rated R in the... Oh, so, yeah, I think Psycho's rated R. I think it is. Mad Action, new to the channel. Really enjoying your stream. Thank you. I appreciate that, good sir. Thank you very much. Very, very much. Merch. I said merch. Okay. I do have merch, by the way. I never... I am not good at the YouTube game at all. I don't know how to promote myself. Help me out, guys. Okay, what the fuck do I do? Because I have no idea what I'm doing, all right? Oh, God. I'll tell you, don't buy my merch. It's horrible. Okay. Actually, I do have the Fuck Off Wade t-shirt. It's pretty cool. I like it. Okay, merch. Okay. So, yeah, I think I have a shirt with Levi on it. It's got the Drumdums logo and it's got Levi on the top. My wife designed it. It's really nice. I like it. Okay. Likely an interesting twist. That's the final thing on Scream 6. Okay. Likely an interesting twist. The twist, and I'm not going to spoil it, in Scream 5 was easily the biggest letdown for me about that movie. I just didn't like the reveal. I didn't like the twist. And maybe that's because I'm comparing it to other Scream movies. You know, Scream's known for great twists. And I think they're going to up their game with the twist in this movie. I even think that maybe they're going to leave it open for the next movie, because I think Scream 7's already like in pre-production, and I might be just pulling it out of my ass. I'm not sure, but I think it is. I would like to think that it is, because this movie's going to make money. This movie's going to make gangbusters. So I guarantee you, they already have an idea for Scream 7. And wouldn't it be cool if it ends up being like this being part one of a 2-part thing, and we just don't know it yet? Wouldn't that be kind of cool if they did like the Back to the Future thing, and at the end it said "to be continued"? Guys, would that blow your mind if at the end of this movie, boom, "to be continued"? Would that blow your mind, or would that piss you off? If they gave you something satisfying right before "to be continued," okay? Won't get Frank's money, but yeah. I guarantee you there's already a story treatment for 7 at least. Yeah, definitely. I think Sydney's coming back. I do think Sydney's coming back. So, Carly says it would blow her mind. Yep. Blue You and Wham. I don't know what that means. It didn't sound right. Okay. Because we know it will be continued anyways. Well, what I mean is, like, you do get this sense of closure with all of the Scream movies. Am I right on that, guys? For the most part, you do get a sense of closure, and they're good at picking things back up with the next entry. I mean, there's no sense of closure. It's to be continued. There's stuff that we don't know yet. You know, in the last movies, everything's wrapped up. We know who the killers are, okay? But in this movie, if it's to be continued and there's stuff we don't know yet, that gets me excited. Wesley Cox, I'll answer this real quick. What do you think of the new Exorcist? Just because of the property, The Exorcist, not because of David Gordon Green. I think David Gordon Green's a really good director. I just think I do think David Gordon Green likes to take chances. I like that it's a sequel. I don't want it to be a remake, so I'm glad that it's a sequel. I'll definitely watch it. I'm really curious, for sure. So it's going to be a trilogy, so it's going to set some things up. I am curious. I just talked myself into it. Okay, all right. So have I proved anything to you that, so which do you guys think is going to be more successful? That's number one on your answer. Number one, ... Which one's going to be more successful? Number two, ... Which one are you looking forward to the most? Okay. And then number three, ... Which do you think is going to be the better movie? You know, because that's a different answer than number two. Okay? Which one do you think is going to be a better movie? All right? Number 4, 5, and 6, ... No, I'm just kidding. I know. Lou Bliss, are you new here? Guys, set Lou. Are you going to set Lou Bliss straight, or am I going to have to? Okay? I always give you guys questions. Okay. Scream, and scream, Destiny. See, she makes it easy for you. Okay. For me, I'd say number one, Scream's going to make more money. Number two, I'm looking for. I probably already screwed it up. I'm looking forward more to Evil Dead Rise, and I think the better movie will be a tie. I think both these movies are going to be really good. That's my answer. I think both these movies are going to be really good. Tiff, how are you doing? Nice to see you. Yeah. We spent a lot of time on these guys, okay? And I didn't really give you an answer. We're just speculating, right? You know what? I have no right to compare these. I have no right to compare these at all. What I should have done was just waited, reviewed the movies, and then went about my day. According to one of my angry subscribers. He's probably not even a subscriber. He's probably just a viewer. But according to him, I should keep my fucking mouth shut, and I shouldn't be talking about these movies, and I damn well shouldn't be comparing them. So if you're late here, then you probably don't even know what I'm talking about. But it was I addressed some things at the beginning, and I did a rant like I always do. There's always something to rant about, you know. Basically, if I give you the Cliff Notes version of it, your opinion is better than mine. Okay, that's the Cliff Notes version. All right. Okay. Actually, the Cliff Notes version of it is no opinion is better than no one's. Does that make sense? Okay. All right. Let's you know what? Let's move into the fuck you in the sequel. If you don't know what this idea is, let me go over to my funnies, and I got a. Let me see. Yeah, here we go. It's this one. Yeah. Jadana White. Why did I say that? Jadana Marie over on Killer Flicks posted this. And I got a chuckle out of it. It was really funny. And I never even thought about this. But you were important in the first movie, but F you in the sequel. Starter pack. You know? And so she already gave us like 3 of them right there. But we're going to go through them. So let's go over to the topical slides. Let's get rid of these two. And all right, so here we go. Okay, let's just go ahead and rip the Band-Aid off. Here we go. Boom. That didn't work. Hold on. Oh, I think I got to take that. Yeah, there we go. Okay. And oh, guys, let me get my bearings here. Let me fix this. Hold on. Let me fix this crap. We did that. Okay, we took that off. And then there's an extra picture here I got to take off. Hold on. Newt Hicks, but there's something behind it. Is it that one? Yeah, there we go. Okay. Okay. All right, here's a perfect example. Newt and Hicks, integral parts of Aliens. Really great. You fell in love with both those characters by the end of the movie. It was going to be this big happy family. And I think that's what Michael Biehn and Sigourney Weaver were hoping for in the next movie. But, and by the way, Neil Blomkamp was actually, he wrote a script with Newt and Hicks in it, and they were going to be one big happy family. And it was going to be a sequel. It was going to ignore Alien 3 and all the other Alien movies, right? So Alien 3 comes out, directed by David Fincher. And it's a different story with Ripley in a prison setting. And right away, we got a discard of these two characters. So what do? We have a nice little spaceship crash. And, they are screwed up to smithereens, all right? And you get to see like a little bit of them. And by the way, Chaos, what's up, brother? He says, I just got here and have no idea what is going on. Well, this is the very first one. We're talking about FU in the sequel. You'll get the idea as we go along, okay? You'll get the idea. Okay, so they are just completely... I was going to say, Michael Biehn got paid more for them to use his image in Alien 3 than all of his partaking in of Aliens, okay? He made more money in Alien 3 than he did in Aliens, and he's not even in the movie, all right? So, thank you, Jazzle G. Okay. All right, so next one is... Guys, what's that guy's name? I always forget his name, okay? But the reason I didn't put Corey Feldman was because this was supposed to be an adult Tommy. So Corey Feldman doesn't really fit into this category. But this is an adult Tommy, so technically he should have carried forward to part 6. But instead... he just didn't. He really didn't do much in the movie. I don't think Tommy. I think it was just a different version of Tommy. Okay, this was a really screwed up version of Tommy that was almost like you want your characters to be a little zany and psychotic, but you don't want them to be too zany and psychotic and almost depressing. Like he was just very depressing throughout the whole movie. John Shepard. Thank you very much, John Shepard. So let's inject some vigor and some fun and some adrenaline into the franchise, and they do that in every single way imaginable with part 6, Jason Lives. The movie is fantastic. It's so damn fun. It doesn't take itself so damn seriously, and then you got Tom Matthews just slaying it as Tommy Jarvis. You bang. So he got effed in the sequel. All right. So yeah, he fits into this category. There's a couple of different ways you can fit into this category. It's not just you get killed early in the next movie. This could fit it. Would you guys agree with that? This kind of fits in that category. Okay. All right. And by the way, I got a lot of these off of Instagram. I posted this on Instagram, and I got quite a few. You guys were just like throwing quite a few great examples. And you did my homework for me. So I got to give a lot of my Instagram followers some credit on this. All right. Next one. This one. Guys, get your tissues ready. Okay, get your tissues ready. Here we go. Boom. There you go. What is it, guys, what is it about... does Scream 2 have Hot Randy? Like, Randy's hot in Scream 2, but he's not in the other movies. You know what I mean? He has that look of like the hot guy, in Scream 2. What is it? Maybe it's the weight loss, the little bit of tan, the goatee. Am I right, guys, or am I wrong? Or what am I talking about here? Okay. Scream 2 has hot Mickey. Well, Mickey's always hot though. I mean, he's freaking Timothy Olyphant. So, hold on, I gotta fix my. Oh. my blanket, it starts sliding out from under my ass, so I have to like adjust it. Okay, yeah, but I wonder. I guarantee you they regret killing off Randy because he was such a beloved character, and just the way he goes too. You know, he just dragged into a van and stabbed to death, and they don't even like really show it. So it's very unceremonious, and it's really sad. And he's such a strong character that the character lives on. Like even in the last movie, chaos. Okay, I'll wait. Destiny, what's your favorite scary horror movie? I think is it Scream? Is it Scream or is it Strangers Pray at Night? I'm not sure. I'm curious actually now. Thank you, Chaos. Boom, I got it. Scream. Love it. Okay. There it is. Pray at Night is number 3. Well, what's number 2? Okay. Brooke, how you doing? Nice to see you. All right. So, yeah, Randy breaks our freaking heart, right? Okay, next one. I'm not a Phantasm. I guess I'm not even like a big Phantasm fan. I like them. They're okay. I haven't even seen the 5th one, but I almost said A. Michael Baldwin, but that's Halloween 6. What's his name? It's Michael. Is it Baldwin? No, it's not Michael Baldwin. I forgot his name. You guys are going to tell me though in just a second. I know it. He was in the first movie, and then he got completely screwed, and they just hired this other guy in the second movie. Chris Snyder, are you related to Zack Snyder? Yeah, he got, and he was pretty butthurt about that too, which I don't blame him. But, and then to make matters even worse, Michael A. Baldwin. Oh my God, is that true? To make matters even worse, Phantasm 2 is arguably like the best movie of the franchise. So that's got to really sting, you know? I mean, everybody was firing on all cylinders. It's kind of like the 1-Up sequel, you know? But yeah, just a shame, you know? He wasn't, like, I think that picture kind of summarizes how he felt about it, you know? But they did bring him back in later movies, but the other movies, unfortunately, weren't that good. So, yeah. Yeah, so is it really Michael A. Baldwin and then there's an A. Michael Baldwin? That's crazy. All right, next one, another Michael. Underworld, okay? Underworld, Michael. He had such a massive role in the first 2 movies. And the third movie, they did like this prequel, so it didn't even have Celine and Michael in it. So everybody was like, they were, patiently awaiting the return of Celine and Michael. And then here comes Underworld Awakening, and Scott Speedman basically wasn't coming back. I think that's what it was, is he just didn't want to come back to the role. So they had to discard the character like almost immediately, but he still kind of existed, I think, throughout the movie. I don't know if that was just because they were hoping to get him back in the next movie, but it ain't happening. So yeah, it sucks too, because he was just a really interesting character because he was like a hybrid, you know. He was a hybrid werewolf and a vampire and a liger. But no, I'm just kidding. He wasn't part liger. What is he, Napoleon Dynamite? So, yeah. But yeah, Kyle, I agree with you. I always wanted Michael to come back, but it didn't happen. So, yeah. I came up with that one by myself, though, guys. Nobody mentioned Michael, but I remembered him. All right, next one. Here you go. What do you think about that, guys? Jamie Lee Curtis has FU is a sequel to. Just pay attention, Chaos. Stay with me. Okay. Jamie Lee Curtis has been in so many of these movies that she qualifies for this category, which is unfair almost. It's kind of silly, but she's the star of H2O, But I think in the contract they said, okay, we'll put you in H2O, but we have to fuck you in the sequel. And that's what they do. They kill her. I think that was her thing, actually. I think she said, kill me off so you can get me the hell out of here because I got an appointment and I have to be there by 9. So they got her the hell out of there. And then she went to her Activia appointment. Okay. I'm having too much fun with you guys. F you in the sequel. The sequel. Laurie Strode. Okay. Next one. Get your tissues ready. Okay. Here we go. Joey and Kincaid. Joey and Kincaid. Right? I remember like if you guys have seen the Nightmare documentary, you know that the guy that plays Kincaid, he's like, he told all his friends, now when you go see this movie in the theater, don't get up, don't go to the bathroom, don't go get some snacks, just park your ass right there, because if you do that, when you get back, I will be dead. Like, they got rid of him, boom, just like that. And then right after that, they got rid of Joey. It was like a 1-2 punch, you know? It's almost like, why would you get rid of legacy characters that are very likable? Like, people loved those characters. So, but I guess you can't have, you know, it's a Freddy movie, so you can't have the same characters in every movie. But it's just funny how that quickly they're discarded. Was, if you'll notice, like a theme here too, like most of these movies are, I think, like 80s, you know? Like in the 80s, they were cranking out sequel after sequel after sequel. And a lot of times they had leftovers, you know? They had actors that for some reason were still around. So they're like, oh shit, what do we got to do? We got to get rid of them, you know? Let's kill them off. And that's what they did. Whereas these days, I think they're a little bit more crafty about it, and they just don't even carry them over. They just crop up a whole new set of characters, or they do like a trilogy, kind of like they did in the David Gordon Green trilogy, you know? I think they're smarter about it now, but it's kind of funny to think back on this stuff, you know? Christian, what's up, brother? Nice to see you. Hey, cheers to all your success in 2020. Cheers to all your success, brother. Your success. And more importantly, cheers to our friendship. You fucking rock, dude. And cheers to the music that we're gonna reminisce about over 2023 and all that. Yeah. Hey, Christian, do me a favor. Listen to the beginning of this stream when you get a chance, because I played a cover of Chariot of Pumpkins from Halloween 3. You're not going to want to miss. It's really awesome. It's bad. It's by Keith McCoy, which I like that last name, by the way. But yeah. Okay. So next one. Guys, tell me, does this qualify? Because you can get fucked in the sequel even if you're not in the sequel. Okay? Because you had Jesse, who I think was a great character. I love Jesse. I think Jesse was awesome in part 2. Yeah, I know Mark Patton had a really painful, bad experience. By the way, guys, I just rewatched the Mark Patton documentary, Nightmare. What is it called, guys? I think it's called Nightmare on My Street or something like that. My Nightmare on Elm Street or something like that. That is a really great documentary. I've seen it a couple times. And he didn't really have a good time on the set. Even the director was like, you seemed out of it when you were on set. And it's funny, like he's such a good actor that even behind the scenes he didn't really gel with everybody, but he ends up being giving this great performance. I've always loved his performance in that movie. Yes, Chaos. Henry Cavill, best Superman ever. No young Superman. If I get a chance, I'll all right, quickly. I love Man of Steel. It's one of my all-time favorite movies. I love Batman v Superman. So it pains me to not have Henry Cavill coming back. Having said that, I think the direction they're taking, if we can't continue the Snyderverse, which there's no way they're going to do that, I'm for a clean slate. If you're going to build this world for 10 years, I think it's smart to just try to, cut your losses, start anew, and that way it just gives you more of an open playing field, So it sucks because I love Henry Cavill and I love Man of Steel, but that movie's always going to exist and it's always going to be there. So I can deal with it, I can deal with it. Okay. But so in the next movie, part 3, Jesse is nowhere to be found. And Jesse lives at the end of part 2, right? Doesn't he? I think he does, yeah. So, yeah, no Jesse in part 3. So he kind of got screwed in the sequel, all right? All right, next one. I think we got a couple more here. Okay, here we go. This one really broke my heart. Just because and this is controversial, but I prefer Ellie Cornell over Jamie Lee Curtis. I love the character of Rachel so much. The way she protected Jamie. Thank you, Kyle. I have the brains and you are the body. Nightmare on Elm Street. Yeah. Yeah, Rachel was just such a great character, you know, and I think that's part of the problem. I wouldn't have minded it so much if she was just kind of a stock, almost throwaway type character, but she was really fantastic in part 4. So it sucks that they killed her off, and they were gonna actually put the scissors in her mouth, and she talked them down, and you know, so she got kind of a respectable death, but yeah, it just sucks because I would have loved if Rachel lived, but then we wouldn't have got Tina. Right? Oh boy, that's another rabbit hole we could go down. But I don't know, could Tina and Rachel have existed together in the same movie, or would that have overcrowded the movie? I don't know. What do you guys think? You know? Mega Cat, what's up, man? Love you, brother. All right. Soft and Trina, that's a beautiful way to put it. She was soft and strong at the same time. Oh my God, you are so right. You are so right. You know, she wasn't this, ultimate badass type character. No, it wasn't that at all. So, next one, Crazy Ralph. It's got a death curse. He gets killed in part 2. I think like midway through or something like that, and Crazy Ralph is an extremely important character. He literally kind of created that whole Harbinger of Doom. I'm sure there's Harbinger of Doom characters that predated Crazy Ralph, but I think when you think of Harbinger of Doom, Crazy Ralph's like the first thing that comes in your mind. Movies are so adored. He was part of that formula, I think. It's got a death curse. There you go, Aaron. Okay. Is this the last one? No, there's a couple. No, there's definitely a couple more. Okay, here we go. Okay. Here you go, guys. This is the only case I think where it's like, fuck you in the same movie, because guys, I love Halloween Ends to Death. As much as I love Halloween Ends to Death, I can still acknowledge its faults, okay? They did spend the whole movie building up this Corey character, which I personally loved. I was really in that journey. So much so that it kind of broke my heart when they killed him. And I was like, whoa, what? That you're going to kill him? No. So they killed Corey, but is he dead? You know, there could be a case made because, you know, the rule in horror. If there isn't a body bag being zipped up, then all bets are off. And so I like to think that Corey is still alive, you know, because we do know that he did have Myers' powers. So, or a form of the evil, those powers. And if the head's not chopped off, then it's fair game. Okay. And, I choose to believe Corey's still alive, but he did, he got, fuck you in the last scene of the movie. Okay. All right. Next one, Alex from Final Destination. Really, he was the center character in the first movie. He's not even in the second movie. But there's a small moment where they kind of address him in the second movie. And he, I think what qualifies him for this is that he lived. And not only did he live, but his life was in danger. The whole point of the movie was him fighting death, and he wins. He fights death, and he wins. And then they address him. Actually, at the end of the movie, he ends up getting hit. Doesn't he end up getting hit? No, it's the other guy that ends up getting hit by that sign. But yeah, he ended up dying anyway. In the second movie, without even being seen. Yeah. Chaos didn't like Halloween. Get in line, Chaos. Get in line. Okay. Last one, and I think it might be the number one of this countdown, is Alice. And for, I guess, kind of the same reasons as Alex in Final Destination, because, you know, she faces Pamela Voorhees head on. She decapitates her, chops her fucking head off. And, you know, they didn't kill her at the end of the movie. They killed her at the beginning of the next movie, kind of like what they did with Rachel. This might be, I wonder if this is the first time they ever did that. If they killed the final girl at the beginning of the very next movie. Could this be the first time they've ever done that? It can't be, right? There has to be. I mean, if you think back, like, it didn't happen to Laurie Strode. It didn't happen to Sally from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It didn't happen in Black Christmas. I can't think of it. This might be the very first time that has ever happened. It might be the first time that's ever happened. So I don't know. Please don't end yet. You know what? You got 3 minutes. Okay. Chaos. You're killing me. Oh my God. Thank you, Carly. Jamie would qualify from part 6 because, she lives through 4 and 5 all the way through. And then she's killed pretty early on in part 6. And to make matters even worse, they recast her. Daniel Harris wanted the role. So I can't believe I didn't even think of that. That's a great example, Carly. Thank you. Yeah. You know what? Hold on. Holy crap. Thomas Jones. Holy crap. Okay. You know what? Now you're getting funnies. I still haven't seen Friday the 13th. I've seen all the sequels. I just can't bring myself to watch it. I've heard it's, what do you think, Lee? Should I watch it? Thomas, holy crap, man. First off, thank you so much. Wow. That is a nice super chat. Second, I love the first Friday. I think it's one of my favorites, if I'm being honest. It's easily in my top 5 of the franchise. And I've even said this before. The first 4 Friday movies, pound for pound, if you compare the first 4 movies of any other franchise, I think Friday wins. I think it's close between Halloween, but those first 4 movies are in line with each other, Whereas Halloween 3 kind of throws you a loop a little bit, even though I love Halloween 3. But yeah, those first 4 movies are fantastic, and I love the first movie just because it has that what I call like a bleeding in of the 70s and the 80s, because it came out right in 1980. And it feels like a 70s movie. Guys, let me know if you disagree with me on this, but do you feel a little bit of 70s in the first Friday movie? But you also feel a little bit of the 80s. So I think the first Friday is like the perfect passing of the torch of 70s slasher to 80s slasher. Perfection. Because the first Halloween is all 70s. That movie feels completely 100% 70s. But Friday, there's a case to be made for both. It has 70s vibes, especially in the opening with Annie. That feels like 70s. But then somewhere along the line, it starts feeling like it could be an early 80s slasher. I don't know if it's maybe the camp setting. I'm not sure. But I do get that vibe from Friday. And I think Friday the 13th, the first movie, is one of the most important slasher movies of all time. I really do. There's a reason it was such a big hit. Halloween comes out. Here comes Friday. And it made $39 million back in 1980 on I think it was a $600,000 budget. Correct me if I'm wrong, something like that. But it was one of the first times we saw kills, not only to that level, but to that quality because of Tom Savini. Tom Savini's work, was rarely seen to that level before that. So, and it's got a great twist. I still think that Pamela Voorhees is pretty damn frightening. Pretty damn frightening. And sometimes I'll even say she scares me more than Jason does. Okay? So, Thomas, you have to see The First Friday. It is classic. It is classic. I'm shocked you haven't seen it. And when you see it, I want to know what you think of it. All right? I mean, are you a Friday fan anyway? It's shot, and there are some people, they don't really like the first one as much as some of the other sequels, but I think it's at the same quality as up through 4. You know, 5 is a drop down in quality, but then 6 is phenomenal. So yeah. And Thomas, wow, that was really nice. Thank you so much. Jesus, you know what? You get funnies. All right, you get thank Thomas for the funnies. Okay, here we go. Let me get some, here we go. Hold on. Let me get some. If I put that on, though, I don't want to get in trouble. Hold on. You know what? Let's do some, do I want to do some Soundgarden? Yeah, let's do some Soundgarden. Actually, I don't even know. I might get hit if I do Soundgarden, though. I was going to do Loud Love, but I'm not sure. Because, guys, by the way, if you're in YouTube and you're playing music, don't ever play anything that's by Warner Brothers, okay? Like Smashing Pumpkins, like Prince, you will automatically, the video will be taken down, okay? Here we go. Hold on. This is a great cover.
We're not indestructible.
WNBC.
Baby, better get that straight. The thinking's unbelievable. How you give into the hands of fate. Some things are worth fighting for. Some feelings never die. I'm not asking for another chance. I just wanna know why. There's no easy way out. There's no shortcut home. There's no easy way out. Giving in can't be wrong.
Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. Funnies. Real quick, Alien Romulus, working title. They start shooting that, I believe, in February. I'm a huge, massive Alien fan. So, Fede Alvarez is directing this. And that's great news for me. I'm really excited. So, I don't think it's going to come out this year, though. But I'm just excited for a new Alien movie. And I don't think it's going to... they're being very hush-hush on the plot, but I don't think it's going to be any relation to Prometheus and Covenant. And that's a good news for a lot of people. It's good news for me, too, even though I love those two movies. I would like to get back to just... what is it that Mustafa Akkad says? Back to the basics. You know, I think they need to go back to the basics. So, yeah. All right. This one's called All Cujos. All Cujos. There you go. All dogs go to heaven. I posted this the other day. I think I posted this on Instagram or something like that. And some people got really upset, you know? And I guess I see that, you know? Poor Cujo. I haven't seen All Dogs Go. I haven't seen Cujo since, I think, the 80s. And it's a very upsetting movie. Because it's one of those movies where you feel bad for the prey, but you also feel bad for the dog because he's just under the influence of something. You know, otherwise he's not a bad dog. But yeah. So Cujo is brutal. That's I was talking about like emotion earlier. Wow. Yeah. Okay, Got a couple of Christmas leftovers, so here you go. All I want for Christmas is for you to shut the fuck up. Guys, that was for me. That was for me. That wasn't for you. It was just for me. I just enjoyed that. Yeah. That's Bush League, guys. That's what that is. It's Bush League. Okay. Next one. All right. Another Christmas leftover. This is a poster that someone made. It's very erotic. And he had the perfect plan for Christmas until someone stole his detonators. Guys, what was it about the detonators? Like, I watched Die Hard again this December, and I never paid attention to the detonators part, but Hans was really hell-bent on getting those detonators, which makes me think maybe there was a little plot element that we didn't know about, and maybe those detonators were hidden next to a little kinky secret that he had or something. I don't know. But what was it about those damn detonators? Bring me my detonators. Like, it's kind of a peculiar plot point, right? The detonators? Okay. Facci posted this on Killer Flicks today, and I just love that poster. That is a badass, like the movie or not, that's a badass poster. I dug that. I thought that was really cool. Okay. Next one. The movie when I'm watching it, guys, can you relate to this? Okay, because this happens to me every freaking time I'm watching a horror movie and someone walks in the room. Yeah, especially if it's someone that's not really a horror fan, every damn time. They walk in and there's a 6-minute love scene going on. I can't get out. I can't get away from it. It's just the way it is every time. It's such a pain in the butt. So if my parents are over, I don't put on a horror movie, okay? Because I just know that that's going to happen. All right. Next one. This is called Hill Lizard. I saw this today. I'm not a political person, so this isn't an attack on Hillary Clinton. This could have been any woman. I just thought the picture was funny, okay? That a politician is a lizard. I think all politicians are lizards, so it kind of checks out, right? Okay, next one. This was a picture I saw recently. A fan. You think I'm a fan of the new Halloween trilogy? Look at this. This guy had the freaking Myers painted onto his car, and James Jude Courtney. That's James Jude Courtney signing it. So that is badass. Thank you, Chaos. You rock. You rock, good sir. This next one is a very positive, motivational one. Lift others up. Try to do your best to lift others up in 2023. And you know what? As funny as that picture is, that message is the truth. We could all use a little bit more positivity in our lives. And I think when we wake up every day, I think we need to just try to focus on that. Some of you meditate. So you know what I'm talking about. Try to focus on that positive energy, okay? And I think it'll take you a long way. If you wake up in a pissed off mood, then there's a good chance that you're going to go to bed in a pissed off mood, all right? So next one is old people. Store opens at 8 a.m. And every damn time you're going to see old people waiting outside. Thank you, Thomas. James Jude Courtney is my favorite Myers. Guys, what do you think? Is James Jude your favorite Myers? Before James Jude, mine was George P. Wilbur, which is a very different Myers. Now, I think it's a tie. It's really hard for me to take anything away from George P. just because I love the guy so much. And I think both movies, he was fantastic. And I think if he had a third movie, it would have helped him a lot more. But James Jude, wow, talk about just, you're great when you actually take all the, there were people that are Nick Castle fans, fanatics. James Jude comes in and just gives this performance that just blows everything away. And he made people forget about Nick Castle. And that's insane. So, I guess on paper, I think he's probably the best. The mask for sure. The mask is, but I actually love the Halloween 6 mask too. So yeah. So next one, somebody posted this on Instagram, and I just fell in love with it. Like I'm ever going to win an award playing you. Parker Posey stole the friggin' show in Scream 3. And next one, I was at Planet Hollywood this last weekend, and that is the actual robe that Sylvester Stallone wore in Rocky 2. And I wanted to get down on my knees and pray to it, okay? Because that is badass. And the last one, did you guys pick up the Terrifier 2, the Steelbook? And I believe I got that one from Best Buy. I think Best Buy, yeah. But I splurged a little bit. But that's it, guys. I had such a fun stream with you guys tonight. This was so damn... And guys, do me a favor. If you want, like, send me some topics that you guys would like me to discuss on maybe the next one. I love getting your ideas for topics. This topic idea, F you in the sequel, I got that right off of Killer Flicks, and I was like, that would be a damn good thing to talk about. So, yeah. You can email me at drumdums@yahoo.com. If you have some great topics you want, email me. That's fine. I love that stuff. But, man, this was such a great stream. I loved spending time with you guys tonight. So, anyway, take care of each other. And I hope you guys achieve every goal. Do me a favor, guys. I want you to set a goal for 2023. Set a goal, and I want you to put it into motion. Whatever you got to do, okay? Set a goal for 2023. Put it into motion, and I want you to achieve that goal, okay? I know that sounds cheesy, but you know what? That goal could be the start of something beautiful for your life, okay? So, anyway, guys, love you guys to death, and I'll see you guys.